Boom. Happy New Year.
Thank you. With a little mud coming out my ass, it's cresting above the water, getting closer to my crack. With a little queen, they don't know it's me. We'll take the blame together. Yeah, we will. We'll waft it with our hands, 'cause I got a Rhea too. I got a Rhea too. Follow me to the bathroom. Come on, follow you, yeah. Social, yeah. Jump in a social, yeah. Social, yeah. Smelling like a poop right up in here. Yeah. It's shredded garbage bags because I got a Rhea, really, really bad. Oh, the Rhea really bad. All that holiday food.
Tom, that's pretty good for like on the spot making up a song. You know, I give you a lot of credit.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks.
You can't doubt our chemistry.
Cheers to you, pal.
Cheers
to you. We
Happy
already
New
opened
Year.
them. Fuck 'em. Happy New Year.
2018.
Welcome back to the O Show.
Your unscripted comedy podcast. My name is Diamond Jeff, Senior Titty King, Tech Guy. Depends how long you've been listening, but I'm the guy that tries to keep the wheels greased around here. You know,
You do a damn good job.
I try.
I think you do
try.
a good
I'm
job.
I'm like managing two wild animals all the time.
Tonight you only got one to deal with, so it should go a little smoother.
Should be
but
a little more
I'm
attainable.
sorry, I'm the other wild animal. I am Tom, also known as Thomas, Tommy.
No one calls you either of those.
Yeah, I know.
Let's
usually get Dr. Cock and Butts. I
Stop
get
and Chat.
PK, Stop and Chat. I get all the bad things. I was trying to. It's 2018.
Most people know you by Dr. Cock and Butts.
I'm trying to, change it up a little bit. I got a little. I'm a little verklempt right now.
I'm verklempt
A
too,
little
man. Like
verklempt.
everyone's verklempt.
So like when I laugh, it sounds like I've been smoking for 34 years, which I have been on and off. But like,
give
it's
me
not
a
from
give me
that.
a classic Keo cough. Give me that. That cough has been handed down for generations. That's a generational cough. It's such a Keo noise right there. Love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. You called me out the other day. I did a sound that was exactly like my dad.
Yeah, you totally did.
And at some point,
I forget what it was.
At some point, you realize you turn into your dad. You know, there's not much you could do to stop it.
Well, unfortunately, this week we don't have our third counterpart.
Our main man, Augie.
Augie is at home due to this goddamn blizzard that decided to roll through.
Nature snowed its tits off today, and here we are. Augie couldn't make it.
Dropped about 10 inches of dust on me.
I thought you liked that.
I'm just saying if I was a hooker, I would like that. But at the moment, I don't like it because I had to shuffle the whole thing. Thank God my neighbor came over with the snowblower.
You know what name we forgot is Dick Tornado.
Oh, yeah, Dick Tornado.
We didn't even mention Dick Tornado.
Speaking of our guest, he's not our guest at all.
Hi.
He's our host. Take it easy.
Sorry.
He's a little excited tonight.
Excited. The new year,
little
new
excited.
episode, yes.
Our boy, our third wheel, our anchor to this whole thing, Augie, is not with us tonight because of that blizzard. So we're going to give him a call and see if he's available to speak with us.
I hope
This
that
evening, say hello to you guys because I know you're going to be missing him just as much as we are.
He is the most handsome of the Oshel.
Always
by
most
far.
handsome. Always most handsome.
What are you guys talking about?
We were just talking about how you're the most handsome. Say hello to our listeners.
Hey, everybody out there in Gemma's social land. It's Augie here. Blizzard, the snow, what are they calling it? A snow explosion? A snow cyclone?
Yeah, something about a cyclone bomb or something.
Bomb cyclone of 2018.
People really called it a bomb?
Yeah, bomb
They're calling
cyclone.
it a bomb?
Bullshit.
Losers.
Calling it a bomb. Like this was a bomb dropped on us by heaven or something. Maybe this is rapture or the reckoning. What's the thing where people go off and Jesus takes all the good ones and all the bad ones are left on the earth?
You're thinking of the Walk of Atonement.
You talking about Armageddon?
Well, there's Armageddon, but then there's also it already passed actually, where a bunch of people were supposed to be just pulled off the earth, the good ones, and then the trash, the sinners, were left behind.
I feel like we got off track. I feel like we're off track.
We are already off. Here's where you have to start corralling things, Jeff. Happy New Year, Og.
Happy New Year. You know, we started this year just like we ended the last.
Seriously.
And that's reeling Augie in.
We'll figure it out. Look, there were rumors that we're going to call it the rapture. It might not be. We're going to call it the rapture.
I think it is the rapture.
There's rumors that the rapture didn't happen because Macho Man Randy Savage had died like the day or two before, and he was in heaven giving Jesus an elbow drop, and that's why it didn't happen.
Well, everybody knows that.
Seriously, who didn't know that?
Tell us something we don't know.
Seriously. Well, Happy New Year. Thank you,
We love you, bro.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody. Yeah, it's been a Happy New Year so far. I was real happy today. Today was the best.
Nice little snow day today. Next week, I hope we get you back in studio, Augie. It's not the same without you.
Probably have to get in there. Probably got my musk involved.
Still smells like Rhea in here.
Does it smell like diarrhea in there without me?
Without you. So, you know how we thought it was you the whole time? Turns out it's not. Might be me.
Hey, Augie.
Hey, Jeff, what's up?
I got a new gift in the grab bag at Christmas, and I think you're going to love it.
Can you tell me what it is, or are you teasing me?
I'll give you a clue.
All right.
I got another megaphone, motherfucker.
Whip.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing it's missing is fucking flam.
You got that by chance?
So somebody else picked it, my brother-in-law Neil, and then he thought he was stuck with it. I snagged it right from his lap, and nobody else gave me any trouble for it. So I won that shit.
Won or stole? So you're starting the year off good, or did you end the year bad?
I stole it, but I did a good deed because he was happy about it.
So I think it's starting the year off good.
I'm okay with it. I would still include you with the trash left behind in the rapture, but
Oof. Ow, he's stuck on, not only is he stuck on the rapture, he kind of hates you.
I love you too, pumpkin tits.
So moving along with what we got going on here, Augie, tell us
what are you talking about tonight?
tell us your thoughts about the people in Times Square, because we were going to talk about that today.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
It was beyond cold this year. It was stupid cold. Like, even just walking from your car to whatever bar or party you were going to was too much. Like, it was freezing. Fucking 100,000 people still in Times Square, including Steve Harvey.
Who the fuck would do that?
According to http://internet.com backslash.
I've been there.
This was actually it was the second coldest New Year's on record.
No shit.
What was the first?
The first coldest was about
64.
100 years ago, in 1907, and
so.
110 years, and that was 1 degree.
1 degree.
And then this New Year's chimed in at 9 degrees.
Yeah, but like 110 years ago, I don't think Times Square was even there.
No, it was definitely there. It's been there since the beginning of time. That's why they call it Times Square.
Oh, got it.
That's when there's a hot take, you get the siren. When there's a hot take. When there's some shit that CNN should know about, we do siren.
Oh, man.
The concept of dropping a ball to mark the time dates back to the mid-1800s in England. It was for sailors on the River Thames, spelt Thames, pronounced Thames, to let the sailors know that the hours have gone by who can't afford watches.
Okay.
Are we getting educational in 2018?
Well, it's unscripted. You know,
It is unscripted.
Yeah,
It is unscripted.
it is unscripted.
We did say
I
that.
He's right.
called over to England just to see what's up, and they're like, "Yeah, this is what's up." So I'm like, "All right, that's what's up."
I said, "What's up?" They said, "That's what's up." So I was like,
like,
"Oh, that's
oh,
what's
yeah,
up.
that's what's up.
That's what's up."
So that was probably a really good conversation.
Yeah, well said, Augie.
Yeah, but no, those people are retarded. You gotta wear diapers. But so people wear diapers, and that's fine. You know, babies wear diapers. But the whole thing about diapers is then you have to get changed like right after you fill the diaper. It's not like you wear the diaper and then sit around and poop and pee for hours.
What just happened?
Yeah. Jeff, do your job.
Do they have adult changing stations in Times Square?
Not that I know of,
Not that
but I will never be
aware
there.
of.
I'll never be there on time.
I bet you they wish they had those little water closets that they have on the street in Europe or wherever the hell you were that you said they had those.
Those little peep closets.
Yeah, little peeps closets.
Yeah, they should have more. They should have more peep closets in New York City.
Maybe they set them up for the holidays.
I'm wondering if that Charmin place was still open that I went to in New York in Times Square. If they were busy.
So you've gone to Times Square for New Year's?
I went to Times Square. Me and my wife went there the week before Christmas.
Okay, but you haven't
Oh.
ever gone on New Year's.
That's not the same.
Yeah.
I will never go.
All right, so you're not one of those people, and we didn't just offend you by saying it's ridiculous that you would do that.
No man wants to go to Times Square the week before New Year's, but every smart man does go the week before New Year's.
Yeah.
You bring your woman, you make her happy. That is purely for the woman, and if you're smart, you do it.
If you told me I was going to go to Times Square and be able to
Me
see
either.
Ryan Cook's butt, then I think that I might think about it. But I think if it was a guarantee,
Fair
sweet
enough.
butt.
Fair enough.
All right, Augman.
Just wanted to give you guys. I feel like you guys got a lot.
What do you want to say to our fans before we let you go?
I want to say share with a friend and send nudes and $5.
Nudes, $5. Share with a friend. The
yeah.
typical messages. Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with his
Three
sentiment.
very important messages.
Yeah.
Augie, well said. That was perfect.
Thank you, sir.
T-shirts. Can I do a few resolutions real fast? I don't want to screw up your thing, but I just want to say what my resolution is, and it is to learn more about Rapture. Get like really into the Rapture here.
Learn more about what?
Rapture?
Raptures?
About the Rapture.
Are you bringing it back to the Rapture? Get out of here. Get off the phone, goddammit.
Hey guys, have fun.
Love you, pal.
Yeah.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
All right, good to hear from Augie. A Happy New Year from Augie. As everyone knows, on Thursday there's a shit ton of snow on the East Coast, so that's why Augie couldn't be here.
10 inches.
Thank you. But
I
we're
wish
we're talking about
God
the
gave
snow.
me 10 inches in other ways.
We're talking about the snow here.
Christ.
Stay focused.
Well, speaking of Times Square, I got to tell you about this article I read.
Sure.
I was trying to get it in while Augie was on the phone, but we were talking about so many other important
You're always
things
trying
like
to
Rapture.
get it in. Go ahead.
Very sexual this evening.
Thank you.
I read an article about Olive Garden in Times Square, how it offers up a $400 per person entry fee to like the New Year's Eve celebrations.
They don't sell booze. Olive
Yeah, they
Garden.
do.
They do?
Yeah, I've had booze. They got
They do?
wine and they got beer.
All right.
They got a bar.
All right.
I think every single one's got a bar.
All right. That helps their case. It
Absolutely, it
doesn't
helps their
justify
case.
$400, but go on.
But turns out the article said that like it was actually a lot of fun if you were like a young kid trying to have fun, but even those young kids where there were older couples still having a good time. But would you ever pay $400 to be in Times Square open? They had like a sectioned off area so they can go outside and watch the ball drop. But like, would you ever fucking pay that?
How much did you pay New Year's Eve for yourself?
Just myself?
Just yourself.
Just myself. Including covering the $6 bar tab after the open bar.
Okay, yes, including that.
$120.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. So because it was an $80 open bar until midnight, with food and the whole nine. And then I had a $6 bar tab because the bartender was really nice.
It sounds like somebody liked you because there's no fucking way on earth that you drank $6 of alcohol
after midnight. No way, not a chance in fucking hell. But that's why I gave them $40 as a.
You tipped them $40?
$34 tip on the $6 tab.
Tommy deep pockets, huh?
Well, you figure I probably had 5 times that amount. So it was $30. So at $30, I would have given them $6. So $36.
Every bartender would love to have you as a customer. Say that. You're a good tipper.
I'm not going to lie.
And that's a hot take.
Work in the service industry, you'll know what about tipping. I just thought it was fucking crazy that someone would pay fucking $400 to be at the Olive Garden.
Well, who's crazier? Because there are people that in 9 degrees, as we just learned, Happy New Year, stood outside Times Square and fucking, like, everyone I talk to, everyone I know, friends, family, literally everyone's like, I would never do that.
No.
Like, that's crazy.
No.
I would never do that. So who are these people that are going there every single year?
Fucking mutants.
Are they all tourists?
Fucking mutants.
What? I don't feel like any New Yorker would be like, I need to stand in this weather, piss on myself, shit myself like the Hootie song we opened
I guarantee you, at least, like, to piggyback off of what Augie was saying earlier, I guarantee you someone was wearing a diaper out there.
There had to be some adult diapers.
Yeah.
How else could you weather that storm? There's no way.
Well, it depends.
Did they have Depends on? Is
See
that
what
what
I
you
did
did
there? See what I did there? See what I did there? You love it. You love your new gift. Christmas swag. Christmas swag.
That was confidential. When you see your friend wearing a shirt, like a good friend of yours that you know all their clothes.
Dude, is that Christmas swag?
And all of a sudden they have a new shirt on. You're like, Christmas swag.
I envisioned 2 people jumping up, throwing their hands, and kicking their feet out with their head back up.
If you could imagine a white girl from Starbucks,
Yeah.
like
Christmas
going
swag.
Christmas swag, that's what we're going for there.
Yeah.
Did you get? Oh wait, I think we're all very, very grateful that you got new Sanooks.
I did. Christmas swag. Yeah. The talon claw that's ripped through this sock right here.
I know that Sir Pumpkins III, Mr. Matt Knight, who has made many comments about your talons, is grateful as well because
I don't know what it is about my big toenail. It just grows thick. It grows real thick.
it grows.
It's like
because
tree trunkish.
It's quite simple, actually. You don't cut it.
No, I do cut it. Look at it. It's cut right now. It's cut right now. Look at this thing.
Cutting through a sock. Show the camera.
I have been.
Show the camera.
Look.
We are on. We're throwing this one on YouTube tonight, so
look at this.
this will be on YouTube as well.
Look
Wow.
Look at this toenail. It's cut, dude. It's trimmed, but look how thick that bastard is.
Know what the best part is? I started giving you shit and joking with you before I knew that your big toe was sticking through
I know.
your sock. How great is that?
You didn't hear me put this up? I showed it to our
That's
fans earlier. Look. See my toe? Right there. Right there.
You can clearly tell there's a toe coming through there. That's a close-up for anybody watching on YouTube. Nice.
Disgusting. But it just runs thick. It runs real thick.
Very thick.
Yeah. Speaking of thick,
Yeah?
Steve Harvey. Those thick lips of his look like 2 London broils on his face, but did you see what he was wearing?
Only once you told me. We were at the bar together, and you were like, you see fucking Steve Harvey? And
He
I'm
looked
"No,
like
wow."
the opposite of V for Vendetta.
Yeah.
So, like, he's got the white mask on with, like, the black everything. This guy had a black face on with white everything, with the white top hat. Man, he looked ridiculous.
He had, like, black Under Armour gear on. Only his face was showing. So, like, his neck, his forehead, everything was covered. Then he had, like,
did he?
a beige top head, like,
No,
this
I think
tan
that,
coat and
I
everything.
think that was just his hair and everything. I don't think he did.
Oh, is he just black?
Yeah.
Is he just that
Yeah,
black?
he's black, man.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
No offense to our black listeners, but honestly, his lips looked like 2 sliced pieces of London broil. It was unbelievable. I've never seen anything like, because he was so bottled up and just his like eyes and lips were coming out.
That was racist, but it was also the least offensive thing I've ever heard on this show.
I'm going home and
So
eating
it's-
London broil later. So like, I love you.
This is where your head's at.
Yeah, absolutely. And then he played Reverend at New Year's. Did you see that? I mean, you guys were playing, so I couldn't hear what was being said, but there was some wedding going on. And he was like kind of being I would assume, because he's standing in the middle of the two of them, being like the, what do you got, the clergyman?
I think it's the Reverend.
Rev Harvey.
I want to say Rev because that's what you've been calling him via text, is Reverend Steve Harvey.
Reverend Steve Harvey. Yeah. You look ridiculous.
Officiant? You know? Something like that.
Officiant. Yeah.
Officiant.
Officiant.
I prefer officiant,
Officiant.
apparently. I didn't know. You learn things sometimes. I didn't know I said that word that way until just now.
Did you see the people getting married though?
I don't know I don't know them personally.
Well, who fucking does, man?
I just noticed that the guys looked warm. And the poor girl, what was she wearing?
Next to nothing.
Like a normal wedding dress.
From like the cans up. It was covered, but it's like lace. It's not
Cans to hair, it was
she had nothing.
open.
She had nothing. She was sitting there like,
Get married on New Year's Eve, they said. It'll be warm, they said. How fucking cold must she have been? Steve Harvey was probably still cold in his ridiculous outfit.
yeah, she's nuts.
And this poor girl, she probably
Nuts.
didn't feel a thing.
Yeah.
She looked that crazy. Who else does that?
I wouldn't have gone out there in that cold unless I was doing a polar bear plunge.
Your wedding's coming up in a year or so. Would you let Steve Harvey officiate?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Only if he wears that outfit. Indoors or outdoors, he's got to wear that outfit.
I'm gonna actually bring that up to the lady and see what she thinks about it.
I like Steve Harvey. If you could get him, I say go for it.
I think he's absolutely hilarious.
I say go for it.
Love it.
Family Feud, it's never been so good.
My New Year's resolution is to hire Steve Harvey to be our officiant.
I love that. Yeah. Your entire year's goal is to get Steve Harvey to come to your wedding.
My God, can you imagine?
If you really, really committed your life to it, I think you could do it.
I'd have to send him an email all day.
He doesn't seem like the kind of guy that does things for free.
No.
You'd have to
make up some story about.
You'd have to raise a whole stink about it.
I would have to somehow make him want to.
You would have. It has got to be beyond, because otherwise he would charge I feel like he would charge $250,000 to do that for a random person.
Steve Harvey?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here,
dude. He's got like 9 shows.
I'm talking 25 grand. Steve Harvey.
He's making big money. No, you got to get him to do it for free.
Oh well, I'm not paying him to be an officiant.
It's got to be free.
I'm not even. Whatever. I'll work on it. I'll work on it.
I like that you're committing yourself to something nice and early. Most people just say, "New year, new me. I'm going to be skinny this year."
You know what my new year, new me is? Because I hate those fucking people. My new year, new me is I'm not drinking for a little bit. That's why I'm
drinking.
No, these are Twisted Teas.
Cheers.
That's why I'm not drinking. This isn't drinking.
True or false? We had a martini before this episode.
Ah, fuck. Truth be told, I worked from home, so somewhere around 12:15, I had the itch, so I poured myself a little cocktail.
Around noon?
12:15.
Oh, okay.
Took me about
12:15.
Took me about 5 minutes to make the cocktail. So
I thought it was noon.
Took me about 5, so I'd say 12:20. I had my first drink.
That's not bad.
You can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
Yeah. It's not like you had it for breakfast.
No, I didn't. I was wearing Bloody Mary socks though yesterday.
What does that mean?
They had Bloody Marys on them.
Your socks? Where did you get those socks?
I got them as a gift.
Yeah.
Christmas swag.
Christmas swag. Basic white girl.
So, yeah. New year, new me. Those people can suck a fart.
Did you have an actual New Year's resolution in mind other than getting Steve Harvey for your wedding?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have a New Year's resolution, but I ain't going to talk about it.
No, you got to talk about it. Make it real.
I'll talk about it next year when it actually comes through and I actually come through on it. There's no reason to say, new year, new me, I'm going to do this, and then tell everyone about it on your social medias. So then when you don't do it, everyone has the ability to say, hey, fuckhead. Remember when you said you were going to donate to all these people or run this charity thing or run a marathon? Or what have you done? What have you done this year? Nothing.
They're going to call you out.
Nothing. I got my own thing.
It's too risky.
It's personal. It's personal, and it's not that selfish. So,
if you don't mind, I'd like to make that Steve Harvey thing real. I want you to actually try to get him to come to your wedding.
I'll give it a whirl. I'll send him some letters. Yeah.
While I can't promise you money, we are white guys. from a nice little town in New Jersey.
Yeah. Can you wear that white coat and come on over? Come on over.
From LA, where you make $9 million.
Wherever the hell. I'm not going to pay for your flight either. So
Yeah.
to fuck over here.
You can afford it.
I'll start off real rude about it and then just get nicer as the letters go on.
I hate to be a basic white girl, but I actually did do like the whole get in shape thing.
Yeah, I see that.
You see that? So
Yeah.
I bought this like bench press thing from Modell's, and it's still in a box. So that's not a good
New
start.
year, new you.
New me. It's new me.
I got one of those when I was a kid and it's still in my fucking basement. Hasn't moved.
Yeah, when you showed up and you saw that, you said you should have taken mine. I didn't know you
I
had
don't
one.
fucking use it. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, what weight's you going to put on that thing? That thing looks like a little kiddie bench.
I don't have weights yet, per se.
Oh, exactly. So, good thing you got a bench to lay on.
Or a bar.
Are you going to take a nap?
No, I got some dumbbells and
Doing
you
some
know,
nap things?
I could jump up and down on that thing a couple times.
Fuck out of here.
Maybe something will happen. Anyway, I hope you all had a good New Year's Eve. We both had a good one. You didn't puke on New Year's Eve, did you?
Sure did.
All right. That's a good start. That's a good start.
I haven't puked like that in quite some time, man. So I went at it real hard at the open bar, and then apparently
That's what you do at an open bar.
I only drank one drink afterwards because I got charged the $6. But
I wonder if that's actually true. Maybe you were that fucked.
highly doubt it.
Yeah.
Highly doubt
I'm
it
not
because there
buying
was
it.
shots and everything, and
And you had your fiance.
yeah, it
Can't imagine she paid for a drink.
not a damn thing. So
You take care of her. That's what you do.
of course, that's what every man's supposed to do.
That's what you do.
Anyhow, we got into an Uber and went up the street to J Baby and Marvy's.
What are they calling their spot now? Murney's?
Is it Murney's?
Something like that.
I think that's the basement, Murney's.
heard
So
that.
we went down to Murney's, but I barely made it to Murney's because I had to throw up before I went downstairs into Murney's. Me, car rides, and shit-faced car rides, they don't mix. They don't mix. We went literally a half a mile down the road. Not to mention Uber charged us $30-something for that ride.
That's wild. And if it wasn't 9
Took us
degrees,
three-
you could have just fucking
Took
walked.
us 3 minutes to get there, and it made me want to throw up. So I yacked pretty fucking hard.
Do you think if you Ubered home, you would have yacked on the way?
Yeah, absolutely. They would have
Yeah.
had to have pulled over, which has happened before.
Bull over.
Which has happened before.
I've seen it.
Pull over.
I've seen it.
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti. Servable spaghetti.
Oh, gross.
I think it's
Gross.
fucked up that Uber's charge that much on New Year's Eve. I mean, people are doing the right thing. I get
Absolutely.
it. If I ran Uber, I would be doing the same exact thing. But
Sure,
you know,
yeah.
I get it, but I don't like it. Especially if you're going to make people puke.
So,
Poor guy.
So before we left, Val had an Uber to go home, and I was like, babe, I can't do that right now. Like, let's try to go up the street for a little bit. So she canceled her Uber because it was also Uber Pool.
Uber poo.
Uber Pool. Uber Pool.
Uber poo.
Uber Pool.
Uber poo.
Uber Pool.
Uber poo. Liverpool. It sounds like you're saying Liverpool.
Uber Pool. Uber Pool.
Uber Pool.
Uber Pool. So anyway, Uber Pool.
What just happened?
I was like, I can't do this because even if we make one stop, I'm fucking yakking everywhere. This is bad news. Let's go up the street. So she canceled it, and they fucking charged her for the trip anyway because they said she canceled it too late. But they
They
just
just
picked
charge
up,
her $5. Usually that's just
they
the
just
kick in
picked
the
up
nuts.
full charge. They picked up someone else at the place.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
fucked up.
motherfuckers.
They got paid double.
Motherfuckers.
They made out.
Motherfuckers. That's one thing I'd like to leave in 2017 is me throwing up.
You don't
Can't have
puke
it.
a lot, but I mean,
No, I don't puke really much at all. It's when I get really drunk and I get into a car. And there's not enough space between the really drunk and getting into a car.
but we
Hold on. Let me just say this to our listeners. I was not driving. You've heard me talk about Uber.
never heard of it.
Uber.
I've never heard of
My
it.
Uber. You heard me talk about my Uber driver.
It's not an Uber.
When I get drunk, I take Ubers. I took an Uber and then I.
It's not an
I didn't
Uber.
drive. Do not drive while you drink. But if you do,
Listen to the ocean.
listen to the ocean.
It'll entertain the shit out of you. While you're driving. So we party at each other's houses a lot. Does that mean you can't Uber home from each other's houses? With
No, but usually, like, I realize when the night's going to end.
Also, New Year's Eve, you drink a little differently than a normal.
Absolutely. I had a glass of scotch, I had a bunch of beers, and I was drinking, like, regular Yinglings and then also IPAs. I had like a shot of Jack, some Jack and Cokes. I had a champagne. I think I threw in a Red Bull vodka in there because I was feeling low. Like I was running.
I needed to pick it
I needed to pick it up. Smoking weed. Actually, not weed, but the vape. But you know, the whole thing. It was just an amalgamation of ridiculous.
I understand why you want to leave the puking in 2017.
Yeah, leave it alone.
I totally get that.
Leave it alone. So 2017, take it or leave it, Jeff. Overall, take it or leave it.
I'd probably leave it. I mean, it wasn't a good year for men. You know,
Oof.
A lot of men fucking took some heat this year.
100% right.
Women's stock was up.
Year of
Men's stock was definitely
year
down.
of the creep.
Yeah, it was the year of the creepiest dudes ever.
Kitty touchers, hiney grabbers, fucking cockjackers.
It may have started in 2016, but Bill Cosby definitely ran into 2017 with his. He would essentially take women. Who knows how many fucking times he did this? But he would take women back, feed them a cocktail with some whatever drug in it that would just make them pass out, and then he would fool around with them. What a fucking scumbag! You're a celebrity. You should be able to pull in enough.
Even when you look like Bill Cosby.
Guys with less do more. You know, you don't have to drug them. That's just lazy.
All he's got to do, if I was a girl and I was single and
Would you
I was,
give it to him?
I was in a club and Bill Cosby came up to me. He's like, "Hey, baby,
Hold on.
people
Are you
beeping and the bopping and the booping."
Are you wearing Christmas swag in this
Christmas
club?
swag, Christmas swag.
And you go, Bill Cosby, oh my god.
You know, at a principle alone, to just say I boned Bill Cosby, you pretty much should do it. That's like me running into like Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Or like Meryl Streep.
Beautiful.
Are you not gonna do it?
Goldie Hawn.
Goldie Hawn.
Goldie Hawn.
Much
used
easier to say
Goldie
yes.
Hawn used to be pretty attractive.
She was a babe.
And now she looks like about 5 pounds of punched lasagna.
She looks like like melted straws.
She looks disgusting. She looks absolutely disgusting. And if I was a single man and I crossed her in a bar and she was all like Goldie Hawn and me,
Yeah, she'd get you
I'd have to do it on principle alone.
in that dim bar light. She'd get you.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I get what you're saying, that Cosby should be able to, you know, have at least somewhat of a say in his sexual life without having to drug people.
That's where this started, right?
Yeah.
It was that he doesn't have to do that. He's also a personality. He does stand-up comedy. He does sitcoms. He wrote how many sitcoms, you know? He doesn't have to.
No.
He should have enough personality, fame, money to get you through.
I mean, I get the whole Harvey Weinstein thing. That guy's fucking ugly. And he's
what
like
do you
a
mean
behind.
what do you mean you get it?
I get.
You get how he did what he did?
I
You
get
sick
why he did. I
bastard.
get why he did what he did. But I'm not gonna say it's right because it's not. But I can understand Harvey Weinstein more because Harvey Weinstein's not the guy on the camera that everyone love. He's the ones that behind the scenes.
he was
kind of
famous
deal.
when
sure,
this
he's,
shit happened.
Sure, he's famous, and that's why famous people kind of let it happen to him. But shame on you.
But I kind of get it too.
I kind of get it. Don't get me wrong. And again, I'm not saying it's right to do the things that Harvey Weinstein did.
We would never say that. We would never say that.
By
that's
no
right.
way am I saying that's appropriate in any means.
We would never do that.
But I get him more than like someone like Matt Lauer fucking sending
who you thought was
dick
the guy?
pics to people, or like I think he gave vibrators to cast members.
You thought he was the guy next door?
Yeah.
No. Next thing you know, your daughter's knocked up.
Doctor's calling the meat wagon. Up. Start it up.
I've seen it 1,000 times.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I can't actually side with Harvey Weinstein here. That's not what I'm saying.
No, and
you
this
understand
isn't-
what I'm saying.
This isn't going to be a popular opinion. We're going to get in trouble for this.
Absolutely.
But you get it.
Hashtag Harvey Weinstein.
He was a big man in L.A. All these young actresses trying to make it. He did what any guy would never admit he would do.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're going after these drop dead gorgeous women. I mean,
Who are crazy.
was
They're all crazy.
he into the underage bullshit?
No, that was the Alabama governor or something.
All right. As long as it's not underage, we can joke about it.
It wasn't underage.
All right. That's fine.
It probably was. But in this, for argument's sake, it wasn't underage.
Actually, let's move on just because it's it's a little touchy subject. There's one other guy I want to talk about with this whole guy stock being down and women being sky high.
Not a good year for men.
Louis C.K. Did you hear about this?
So I heard of it. Please refresh my memory about what he actually did.
So this guy would I don't know if he would just convince girls to come back to his place or he'd go to their place or whatever. But whenever they got there,
again, he's famous. Shouldn't take
sure,
much.
yeah. But he would drop his pants and just start beating it. He wouldn't
It's not like he was like, let me.
Right. So almost if it was a comedy act and they were all hanging out together, he'd just drop his pants and start fucking cranking.
Slapping the salami.
Yeah, really getting at it. So at that point, he's not forcing them to stay there, and people are staying there, and then all of a sudden later on, a bunch of years later, because everyone's coming out and saying all these things because guy stock is down,
way down.
Right?
You better dump that shit.
They're now saying well, he jerked off in front of me. Well, yeah, you were in a private room at a private party, or
you willingly went there,
just you and him, and you didn't leave. If you left, he probably would have stopped jerking off. And that was it.
So the girl's not wrong for going up there. I could see how a girl could do that.
Saying, people started becoming a bunch of pussies in 2017. I'd like to leave that in 2017.
But I also heard that Harvey Weinstein would do a similar thing. Come out in a robe, just take it off, start whacking his weenus, or come out, with a hard on and have a towel hanging over and be like, have you seen my towel?
All right, look.
What is that?
Look, let me break this down for you.
No girl's ever been turned on by that.
Socially speaking, guys are supposed to be the one to reach out to the girl and say, hey, I like you.
Here's my dick and a towel.
In a way. Right. Yes, but you shouldn't be just going, dick in a towel. No, that's not what I'm saying. But as we grew up, we were the ones that were told that we had to put ourselves out there.
You got to initiate.
Okay.
But you got her to the room.
And we all know.
By way of your fame.
And we all know that everybody's a little different and everyone does things in different ways, correct?
You can't argue that.
You can't argue that. So why is it that, okay, I get why, he's got a little bit of a seniority thing on them and whatever and almost forcing it on them. But no one had to say yes.
The girls didn't do anything wrong. The question is, why do you have to, flap your weenus about before you get close to her?
I think they're both wrong. I think they're both wrong here.
I'm disappointed in the women that went up there just because he's famous. I get it. It's going to happen all day, every day. But I'm disappointed.
Apparently people have been making us this known for a very long time, subliminally. The writer from Family Guy, Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah.
If you go back, it's in all of his shit. The writer of Simpsons, it's in all of their cartoons, kind of predicting the stuff that comes out. It's been happening for a while. Well, again, not right to force yourself on someone, but if you're both kind of getting into it and a guy's supposed to be the one to put himself forward, and his way of putting himself forward is legitimately taking out his cock and putting it forward.
It's a thin line we have to walk, right? Because
unfortunately for him, it probably is a thin line.
We have penises. It's not our fault, right? We were born this way. We were wired this way.
Women are going to hate us now.
No, but we have to be honest with women too. We have to let them know that it's not totally our fault.
Sometimes I just want to drop my pants in my kitchen, look at my woman, and just start whipping that thing around.
Women are our weakness. Right?
The quicker you women learn this, that you run the world, the better off we'll all be.
Don't tell them.
Fuck that, dude.
They already know.
So much bad shit is going on. Just figure it out for us so that this place can go better. Won't be a bunch of pussies anymore.
If you think about it, women really don't kill people that often. It's always...
So
what are we? We're guys. We fucking whack our weenus in front of women.
Has there ever been a woman suicide bomber? Even ISIS?
I don't think so. They don't let women... They don't respect women enough.
There's very few female serial killers.
Well, I'm glad you guys tuned in.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
One thing we're going to leave in 2017 is female serial killers, male touchers, and people saying that they're going to do something with their New Year's resolutions.
Listen, if you own male stock, don't sell just yet because you're not making any money. Give us a chance in this year. Can we say men might be better this year than we were last year?
Please, for the love of God, because we all look like bags of shit right now.
We sucked in 2017. Men as a whole. Like, the truth came out. A lot of creeps out there. And every woman everywhere was like, well, if they're coming out, I'm going to tell them about my story. Now, every guy ever is like, thinking about all the shit he did. Any guy who's famous or has money or is important is like, fuck.
Yeah, absolutely. Hashtag me too. Hashtag me too. One other thing I want to leave in 2017 that made a resurgence from like 2003 is the upside down okay sign where it's like weird or gay or you're an idiot or I got you for looking at it.
How else do you explain
Grow the
this?
fuck up.
Like you make a circle with your index and your thumb.
So you know how you're like nice, okay.
If
you
someone
know,
was like, does it need more
so-
salt or more pepper? And you're like, it's perfect. How would you signal that to them?
So,
right?
so
It's like
your
that.
thumb and your pointer finger are touching in a circular motion, and your three other fingers from
Are
your
erect.
middle to the pinky are straight up in a feathered motion, kind of like a turkey's feather.
They're erect.
I'm talking the turkey okay sign. Upside down,
Okay.
not cool. Grow up. I don't want to see it anymore. Leave it in 2017. Thank you very much. And thank you for listening to our podcast. We appreciate every single one of you. Share this with a friend. Get at us. Email. What's our email?
Jumpinsocial@gmail.com.
Then also you can get us on Twitter. What's our Twitter?
The Jumpin' Social.
And I think we're on the Facebooks.
Facebook and Instagram, Jumpin' Social.
Do we have a MySpace?
Any more brain busters? No, we don't have a MySpace.
Hit up Augie on Tinder.
Oh, yeah, he is on Tinder.
I think we have to have a recap on that, and we'll get back to that next week once the storm blows through.
Follow Augie on Instagram, Augster39. He's hysterical.
Thanks for following my Instagram page.
Thanks for checking out my Instagram page. He posts videos most mornings. It's worth it.
And the links are usually here.
Yeah, he
like,
gives
at the
a
bottom
hand
and he
signal
points.
to let you know
I
where
love
it is.
I love it. We miss you, buddy. Come on back to the Oshel.
Happy New Year, everybody. Is it Jump Day?
Whoop whoop! Jump day.